Kanlaon Volcano, a majestic peak towering over Negros Island in the Philippines, is a source of both awe and anxiety for the locals. Considered one of the most active volcanoes in the country, Kanlaon has a history of sudden eruptions, reminding everyone of the raw power that lies beneath the Earth's surface. For months leading up to December 2024, the volcano had been relatively quiet, lulling many into a false sense of security. However, this tranquility was shattered when a series of tremors and gas emissions signaled a dramatic shift in Kanlaon's mood. Scientists began to closely monitor the volcano, noting a steady increase in seismic activity and gas output. These warning signs were a clear indication that magma was rising within the volcano, pushing its way towards the surface. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLSIS, responded swiftly, raising the alert level to advise local communities of the potential danger. As days turned into weeks, the tremors grew stronger and more frequent, a symphony of rumbling from deep within the earth. The air around Kanlaon grew thick with the pungent smell of sulfur dioxide, a clear sign of the magma's imminent arrival. A sense of unease settled over the surrounding towns and villages as residents prepared for the possibility of an eruption. The once serene slopes of the volcano were now a stark reminder of nature's awesome power, capable of both creation and destruction. Evacuation orders were issued for those living within a 6-kilometer radius of the summit, a necessary precaution as the volcano's activity continued to escalate. Families packed their meager belongings, leaving behind their homes and livelihoods, uncertain of what the future held. The rumbling of the earth beneath their feet served as a constant reminder of the danger lurking nearby, a sleeping giant on the verge of awakening. On December 9, 2024, at 3:03 p.m. local time, Kanlaon Volcano erupted, sending a massive column of ash and smoke 3 kilometers into the sky. The eruption was as sudden as it was violent, catching many off guard despite the warnings and evacuations. A fiery cascade of pyroclastic flows, a deadly mix of hot gas and volcanic debris, surged down the southeastern slopes of the volcano, incinerating everything in its path. The sky, once clear and blue, was now choked with thick grey ash, plunging the surrounding areas into an eerie twilight. The air vibrated with the roar of the eruption, a sound that sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned volcanologists. Panic and confusion gripped the evacuation centers as news of the eruption spread. Families huddled together, anxiously awaiting news of their loved ones who were outside the evacuation zone. The ashfall was relentless, blanketing everything in a thick layer of grey powder, turning the once familiar landscape into something out of a post-apocalyptic film. Roads became impassable, choked with ash and debris, hampering rescue and relief efforts. The once bustling towns and villages surrounding Kanlaon were now eerily silent, shrouded in ash and shrouded in uncertainty. In the immediate aftermath of the eruption, the Philippine government, along with various aid organizations, sprang into action. Helicopters were deployed to assess the extent of the damage and airlift supplies to those stranded. Medical teams worked tirelessly, tending to the injured and providing much-needed medical aid. Water tankers and food supplies made their way slowly through the ash-covered roads, a lifeline to those seeking refuge in evacuation centers. The air was thick with the smell of sulfur and the acrid tang of volcanic ash, a constant reminder of the devastation that had unfolded. As days turned into weeks, the immediate threat from the eruption subsided, but the crisis was far from over. Thousands of people remained displaced, their homes destroyed or rendered uninhabitable by the ashfall. The agricultural sector, the lifeblood of the region, suffered a devastating blow, with crops buried under a thick layer of ash and livestock lost. The once fertile fields now resembled a barren wasteland, a stark reminder of the eruption's long-term impact. The air quality remained a concern, particularly for children and the elderly, who were advised to wear masks to protect themselves from the harmful volcanic particles. The psychological toll of the disaster was also becoming increasingly apparent, with many struggling to cope with the trauma of losing their homes and livelihoods. The uncertainty of the situation weighed heavily on the minds of the evacuees, uncertain of when or if they would be able to return to their homes. the government faced the daunting task of rebuilding not only infrastructure but also the lives of those shattered by the eruption. The road to recovery promised to be long and arduous, requiring a concerted effort from the government, aid organizations, and the resilience of the Filipino people. Despite the challenges, the spirit of Bayanihan, the Filipino tradition of communal unity and cooperation, shone through the darkness. Volunteers from all walks of life flocked to the affected areas, offering their time, skills, and resources to assist in the relief efforts. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly, providing medical care to the injured and comforting those traumatized by the disaster. Engineers and construction workers labored to clear roads and restore essential services, while teachers set up makeshift classrooms in evacuation centers, determined to provide a sense of normalcy for the displaced children. The December 2024 eruption of Kanlaon Volcano serves as a stark reminder of the Philippines' vulnerability to natural disasters. Situated along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone of intense seismic and volcanic activity, the country is no stranger to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and typhoons. Kanlaon itself has a long history of eruptions dating back centuries. In recent decades, the volcano has shown increased activity, with notable eruptions in 2017 and June 2024 foreshadowing the December event. These eruptions, while smaller in scale, served as a warning, a reminder of the ever-present threat posed by this active volcano. The eruption also highlights the importance of disaster preparedness and the need for effective early warning systems. While the Philippine government has made significant strides in disaster risk reduction, the Kanlaon eruption underscores the need for continued investment in these areas. Strengthening infrastructure, improving early warning systems, and educating the public on disaster preparedness are crucial steps in mitigating the impact of future events. The lessons learned from the Kanlaon eruption will undoubtedly shape the country's approach to disaster, preparedness, and response in the years to come. As the ash settles and the immediate crisis subsides, the people of Negros Island are left to pick up the pieces and rebuild their lives. The eruption serves as a poignant reminder of the capricious nature of the planet we inhabit and the importance of respecting the raw power that lies beneath our feet. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but the resilience of the Filipino spirit, combined with the support of the global community, offers hope for a brighter future. In the shadow of the volcano, life will go on, forever shaped by the events of that fateful December day.